A lawyer and his friend were out hiking in the mountains when suddenly they spotted a mountain lion. It looked like a very hungry mountain lion. The lawyer quickly took off his hiking boots and got out of his backpack some very nice running shoes and put them on. His friend looked at him and said, "Why are you doing that? You can't outrun a mountain lion." And the lawyer said, "I don't have to outrun the mountain lion. I just have to outrun you." I'll give you one other example. Doctors are viewed as being very knowledgeable people, and lawyers typically viewed as also being very knowledgeable. But which group, lawyers or doctors, tend to be viewed as being perhaps excessively what? Excessively cynical or manipulative of the system? You guessed it, the lawyers. A lawyer and a doctor were in a car accident. And they were sitting by the side of the road waiting for the police to come and an accident report to be filled out. The lawyer got out a flask of some sort of alcoholic brew and offered a swig to the doctor. The doctor said, "Thanks, I could use that to steady my nerves." Doctor took a couple of swigs, handed it back to the lawyer, noticed that the lawyer was just putting it away, and the doctor said, "Aren't you going to have any?" And the lawyer said, "No, I think I'll have mine after the police have come and gone." Now, again, our assumption about lawyers is often that they are the ones who are perhaps a little too clever for society. What I would tell you, though, is that pretty much everyone discovers at some point in his life he probably does need a lawyer. And for business people, they often need lawyers constantly to make sure that they are adhering to the laws. That may not be the perfect system, but it's the system that we have. And so what we have in our society is a system where we look at the lawyers, we view them as our sharks, as people that are taking advantage of the system. But I'll say one good thing about that. Just as sharks are accused of often being willing to go after any blood in the water, including another shark's blood, so lawyers will often go after other lawyers. Sharks eating sharks, lawyers eating lawyers. And this is one area where studies confirm that of all the major professions, the one that seems historically to have done the best job in terms of policing itself, maybe not an adequate job, but the best job of the professions, has been law. Lawyers are more likely to testify against other lawyers, to bring actions against other lawyers, to denigrate other lawyers, to act like sharks attacking other sharks, whereas in other professions, historically, they have been a little bit more insular. Now, one reason, obviously, that lawyers are not viewed that well is because of an adversarial system in which, even if you like your lawyer, which is often dubious, you almost certainly are not going to probably like the person on the other side. You're going to be exposed to a lawyer in a lawsuit representing someone else, and you're probably not going to care for that person. That is why lawyers, I think, are set up for more dislike than other fields where we don't have such adversarial processes, say in medicine or in teaching or in other such fields. Another reason I think lawyers have come into disrepute is, and you can find out more about this when you're looking through various internet sites, is because of the tremendous growth of legal advertising. And this all goes back to a relatively recent point in time, the late 1970s, in which the Supreme Court, in a case out of Arizona, upheld the right of a lawyer named Bates, in Bates versus Arizona, to advertise. That is what opened up the system. We've had cases ever since, but it's clear under our Constitution and the way it's interpreted by the courts, lawyers and other professionals are free to advertise as long as the advertisements are not false or otherwise misleading. They're free to put forth their services, The good thing about that clearly is it has induced competition in the system. It has probably brought down costs. The bad thing about it is that, one, I think it causes more cynicism among the public about the legal profession and the legal system. And two, some people at least believe that it has encouraged litigation even when people should not be thinking lawsuit. They should be thinking something else, but there are lawyers hawking their wares, inviting people to come on in and see if they have a case.